no secret. The Patriots need a lot of help on the offense and on the defense, but I do think it starts now with the new head coach in Mike Vrabel, who will have a say in who comes to New England and who leaves New England during this offseason. And when I'm thinking of the trade targets, I'm thinking you got to get a top wide receiver that's currently playing in the league to come out and help Drake May. But I also know that you do need to add a little bit more on the offensive line in terms of protection. But we also do need to pair up somebody on that 3-4 front on defense, maybe even give Christian Gonzalez a little extra help in the secondary. So I want to focus in on two specific players here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. And I'm going to talk about whether or not the Patriots could trade for DK Metcalf, which is what a lot of you guys in the comment sections have been asking for. In the back half of the show, could Jeffery Simmons possibly follow not just Mike Vrabel, but Terrell Williams and come to New England as well? We're going to break that down and more here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot, and we do have a brand new channel here at Chat Sports that is the Jets Report. Look, we're crushing them in the subscriber battle this month. I'll give you guys an update soon, but now we have a new request coming in from the host, Patrick Siepman. He says we can't get 400 likes on this video. Now he's testing what our fans can do on this channel. So if you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that like button for me, and we're going to go on ahead and break down our first trade target on today's show, which of course is going to be DK Metcalf. What would it look like to possibly bring this top wide receiver to New England? It's been a while since the Patriots have had a guy like DK Metcalf. Right now, kind of working as that wide receiver too is Tyler Lockett for Seattle, and Seattle didn't have the best season either. So I do think that possibly getting a guy like DK Metcalf would give Drake May a veteran presence to really bolster his second year in the NFL. And I know that it would make a lot of Patriots fans happy because this last year's core definitely did not do that. And I know this because we have literally had Patriots fans on this channel every single trade video asking, Allie, why can't we trade for DK Metcalf? Allie, I like Cooper Kupp, but why can't DK come to New England? I mean, this has been going on for the entire season pretty much. And now it's really being heightened here in the offseason. So I heard you. I read all of your comments. So what would it look like to possibly get a top wide receiver in DK Metcalf to come to New England? When I say top, I mean top. Look at this guy. He is 20 yards shy, 40 yards shy of reaching 1,000 yards in 2021. Now he was less than 10 yards shy of reaching another 1,000-year receiving season for Seattle. That would have been 3 in a row. And obviously, as you guys can see, he's a top target when it comes to the end zone. 5 tutties, 8 tutties, 6, 12. And obviously the targets to receptions also seemingly being proactive year in and year out. So this is a guy that you know if Drake May throws in the ball 99% of the time, he will probably make something happen with it. So what would it look like to possibly pay DK Metcalf in New England? Well, he does have a $30 million 2025 cap hit. But if they do cut him before June 1st, the Seattle Seahawks would save nearly $11 million. You're probably thinking this is a really, really high salary for a guy that's not their top wide receiver in Seattle. And that is true. Seattle does have the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. Post 6'1", they would be saving $13 million. We may need to wait a little bit, but nearly $12.5 million they would save in a possible trade. This is why I do think the Seattle Seahawks may be open to getting rid of DK Metcalf and clearing up some of that cap space to bring back some talent to the Seattle Seahawks. So here is what I propose the Patriots would trade for DK Metcalf. They would have to give away 2025 second-round pick and a 2025 third-round pick. You got to think, if Seattle is going to clear up this cap space and they're going to try and rebuild on offense and on defense, they can really, really use some draft picks as well. So this is what I would possibly give up to get a top wide receiver for Seattle that they have relied on for the last couple of seasons and start fresh here in New England. So when you're looking at a trade like this, I mean, you must be thinking, wow, this actually does look really, really good. I actually think this trade might actually work out. And you're sitting here like, there has to be a catch, right? Oh, yeah, there is. DK Metcalf recently spoke on how he would feel playing for the Patriots. It's not a desirable place, in my opinion. But then he followed it up with, great organization, though. Right off the bat, when I see a quote like this, I don't want him. I don't want him. I know that he's a really good wide receiver, but if he's saying he does not desire to be in New England, guess what? He's not going to come to the Patriots and automatically change his mind. If he doesn't want to be in New England right now playing in Seattle across the country, he will not want to be here in 6, 8 months, whatever. And if a guy doesn't want to play for New England, you should not want him because it's going to show. We see this year in and year out. When guys want out, they make it very public that they want out. And if DK Metcalf has no problem right now saying he does not desire to go to New England, believe me, if he's in a Patriots uniform, that is not going to change what he would say to the media. The Patriots are very vulnerable right now. They're in a lot of growing pains. They have a lot of moving parts in the front office all the way down to their third-string kicker. DK does not need to be in an unstable situation right now. He would make it worse. He would bring drama. He would start something, possibly saying, I want out, if he ended up getting traded here. So, no, I would not want DK Metcalf after what he just said and how he does not want to play for New England. I want guys that want to be here. I want guys that want to wear the New England Patriots jersey and play every single Sunday. So now, all of those comments that I just showed you guys on our YouTube video saying we want DK Metcalf, do you still want him? Now knowing that he publicly said, I do not desire to go to New England. It's not a desirable place, as he put it. Go on ahead and let me know why for yes, type in for no. But next, we're going to talk about Jeffery Simmons. Obviously, played under Mike Vrabel. We'll talk a little bit more about him moving forward and how the Patriots could possibly end up getting a guy like Simmons. What would it take? Before we do hop into that, let me tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I'm talking about PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I'm playing PrizePicks every single game day, and I want you guys to join not just me, but 10 million active users who are playing it right now. They do have great promotions every single week. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, which is a nice little discount on a player's projected stats, and every Friday is Flex Friday. Win or your money back guaranteed up to $20. And we do know there is a certain big game coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, the Patriots are not playing in, but we do see Patty Mahomes playing in it again. Big game, free pick. If you think Mahomes will throw one passing yard, you win. And have you ever seen Patty Mahomes play? Yeah, he is going to hit this. With the big game coming up, I also just kind of added a couple of other players in there. Saquon Barkley to have more than 115 rushing yards. And then I will have Jalen Hurts to have at least one touchdown in the big game, rushing or receiving. Feel free to go on ahead and copy my picks or make your own. All you guys have to do is download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. Jeffery Simmons. Why would we want to bring Simmons to New England? Well, we do know that he did play for Mike Vrabel for 5 years in Tennessee. And as a defensive lineman, he worked with the defensive line coach in Tennessee during that time, which is Terrell Williams. Guess what? Terrell Williams is the new defensive coordinator for New England. And the Titans, last trade deadline, back in November, they did float that name out there a little bit to see what they could get back. So maybe they could be open to possibly trading him away. But it would cost him something because he did sign a 4-year, $94 million contract extension in 2023. As you guys can see here, this is what Simmons' contract would look like for the Tennessee Titans. He does take a $22.8 million cap hit this year. And if they cut him pre-6-1, doesn't really save him anything. But if they cut him post-6-1, that's $10 million difference right there. And overall, if they trade him, they're still saving about $8 million. Now, I don't know if the Titans would be willing to do this right now because Jeffery Simmons is still worth that money. Jeffery Simmons, I do think, is still putting up fairly good numbers to say that he does deserve to be paid that kind of money. And when you look at what he's done over the last couple of years, it goes to show 5.5 sacks, 7.5 sacks, 76 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 pass breakups. I mean, he's still hitting strides here, getting a little nice career-high tackles over the last 4 seasons. He's playing almost every single game this year as well. So Jeffery Simmons is putting in the work, and if you can have a guy that is going to consistently provide for your defense, then he's going to be worth that kind of money. So I don't know if the Titans would be ready right now to trade him this season, but maybe Mike Vrabel can work his magic there over with his former team in Tennessee, and now they have a new GM. Do you want Jeffery Simmons on the Patriots? Go on ahead and like this video for me. If you guys haven't already, it does help us out a ton here on the channel. And we're trying to prove to Patrick Siepman that we can get 400 likes on today's show. Adding Jeffery Simmons takes this 3-4 front to another level. I don't think Keion White had the breakout year that we were really, really hoping for. And then you did have Devon Godchaux, who also just got extended, so you know that he's going to be fresh and ready to go this next upcoming year. But we do typically have Daniel Ekuale at that right defensive tackle spot, and I just think that Jeffery Simmons would be able to bring that 1-2 punch along with Keion White a lot better than Ekuale would moving forward. And working with a guy that he has already grown to know and love in Terrell Williams, because when Terrell Williams was announced as a new defensive coordinator, Jeffery Simmons immediately came to Twitter or X and said, wow, so happy for Big Team, man. You deserve it, coach. Congrats to you and your family. I mean, this is a guy that he respects. He's just obviously saying, congratulations, man. You deserve it. This is a promotion, the big leagues. He's just giving love to a guy that he has grown a fond relationship with. But it's been for other Patriots coaches as well. Happy as hell for you, Clint. You deserve it. Go be great. So he's glad he's seeing a lot of these Titans guys getting promotions because Vrabel is bringing in a lot of guys that he has formerly worked with, a.k.a. in Tennessee. But then a lot of media outlets, including myself, we kind of ran with this a little bit, and we're like, oh, is he hinting at maybe playing for New England? Well, Simmons himself came out and said, stop trying to make stories. These guys that I'm congratulating are guys who I spent majority of my NFL career with. Getting a promotion with the Titans or another team is a blessing. Why wouldn't I be happy for them? So, of course, I'm going to congratulate them. #Tighten up. So it does seem like from Simmons' tweet that he is pretty happy in Tennessee right now. He's just happy for his friends and his mentors that are getting promotions, and I can absolutely see that. Now, there is no deal on the table that would maybe adhere to Jeffery Simmons and be a little bit more attractive to him to come to New England. I don't think this is taking a trade off the table at all. I think DK Metcalf saying New England is not a desirable place to be in is kind of a negative towards the team. Jeffery Simmons is just giving love. It just seems like the kind of guy that he is. Well, what if Mike Vrabel said, you know, here's the deal that I'm handing the Tennessee Titans. Jeffery, do you want to come play for New England? We could have a different conversation down the line. I'm not ruling out the possibility of a trade, but as of right now, from what it seems in Jeffery Simmons' social media presence, it does seem like he is fairly happy with being a Tennessee Titan for right now. So my final question here for you guys is, do you think that Mike Vrabel should take the effort and try and trade for Simmons? Go on ahead and type Y for yes, type N for no, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As I showed you on today's video, we obviously read the comments, so go on ahead, put it in the comment section down below, and as always, if you haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me.